Lovely day, beautiful people. Welcome to my Sap Talk. Here I share stories about people. Today we'll talk about the biggest dream you have. Let me tell you a story of my dear friend. Her name will be G, and by now you've already got used to the way I present my protagonist. G, at her 47, seemed to have something of a girl whose life was a sponge that was thirstily absorbing every drop of friendly sentiment. She gazed about herself with a saddened eye, but swelled with smiles at the first bit of laugh. Her face had that unmoved serenity of Nefertiti by Thutmose when in reverie, and that was the state I most often found her in. Regular comely features, glistening chestnut eyes, streaked with a big mouth, and graceful cheekbones. Her face whispered about flexible elegance and luxuriant beauty. Tall, robust, well-built, but rather disproportionately big in comparison to the head, G's body would have been regarded as fine-looking by one and quite overweight by the other. She was one of the most conspicuous women in Paris, or even in France itself, and that country supplied so many excellent ladies. She was a merry person, and her joy would overflow not in facial expressions, but in fashionable ejaculations. One would feel almost giddy with cheerful sensations seeing the splendor of color and exquisiteness of accessories. Her handmade garments were supplied with an invoice for a bond of friendship to the ones she loved. I was flattered to be given the most beautiful garbs by her hand, and wearing those, I strolled about with a bit exaggerated swagger because I knew that I was irresistible. G always rushed to the attack of a difficulty, and when the top 7 fashionable schools said no to her inquiry to be the chosen one to master the craft of couture dress, she didn't repent. After studying the design route very closely, she saw that there was but one alternative for her: to start her own business at new luxury couture in knitted women's wear. She was deeply versed in learning the fashion world since she remembered herself. Her dream was fearfully big: to become a world-known fashion designer, the one that might proudly take place beside Coco Chanel, Yves Saint Laurent, and Jean-Paul Gaultier. That passion of hers condemned her to be the butt of all boorish jokes of her classmates. But again, she didn't repent, growing a stir more from the opposition than from good encouragement. G hunted for related material in every French magazine. She went through all available case studies from leading fashion companies with a top-notch education. G's goal was to sharpen her senses, to overcharge them with delicious fashion flavor, and develop a plan of a step-by-step image-building technique. G had greedy teeth behind her fashion obsession. She saw her success in every direction. Her imagination had a free play, and she started her research full of delightful excitement. She was a whippersnapper in terms of color, having no idea about the existence of 4 color seasons that coincide individually with a particular facial hue and each subdivided in 4 subtypes. G found the colors that did justice to her cool complexion, emphasizing her beauty rather than concealing it by popping up instead. G strived to change simple color presumptions that she had into certainties, so she could call up before her mind's eye the right combination for any person. In the perfect frenzy of passionate interest, she tended every piece of relevant information, filling in her notebook and her memory. She got into every conversation that could take a candidal and improve in turn. This way she learned about the magic of proportionately enhancing looks by knowing body expression. To craft a better-looking silhouette, she went into every free seminar that ready-to-wear groups generously provided. One of the students of Louis Vuitton luxury fashion house agreed to share her class notes for the benefit of ordering some accentual work for her collection. She gladly exchanged her time and made a beautiful handmade lace for her friends' dresses and got treasured information in return. She didn't think long and hard to determine her body outline. 5 types left not much to be confused about and pretty clearly told their story. She was a big quintuple and was in love with its shape. After all, that was the easiest topic to master in fashion design. Now she had the tools to tweak an outfit, to emphasize her personal style, and to help others to get the understanding of their body structure. Since 5 years old, she found herself over head and ears in a pack of yarn whenever her mom's watchful eye was distracted. She loved that sensation of different textures on her tiny hands. The heart of a girl whose life was circling around the lovely scenes of her mother, always at work knitting all kinds of garments for local people of her little town, was forever given to this crafty art. She could live frugally but happily on the proceeds of her skillful hands. Her dream, though, was big, and she sometimes feared the heights she wanted to reach. But her belief was strong and sturdy, and the energy with which it was expressed was impatient of delay and suspense. The horizon was beginning to crimson when French magazine L'étudiant featured this first collection. She worked hard to turn her passion into profitable business. It was not easy to find her niche, but she managed to make a successful living by doing what she loved. She found her own signature style, and the patterns she designed were original and caught attention. She was able to access key forces to assist her in achieving her dream, and every succeeding collection she presented was better than the previous one. She collaborated with many talented fashion designers and learned a lot during their mutual eclectic teamwork. She tenderly cherished each encounter and became close friends with many interesting people in the beauty industry: photographers, makeup artists, models, and of course, brilliant designers from outstanding schools. These were considered by many as the great art in haute couture designs. In being on the top of her career, she continued to revert her thoughts to her old friends. I'm a proud possessor of a few signature garments that she gifted me with, and haute couture or not, I feel the love of her generous soul, and that is the most precious and priceless for me. Her dream is a reality now. It was a long and laborious way, but it is for sure was worth every bead of perspiration on her brow. Let me summarize the 6 key forces that helped G in achieving her fearfully big dream, and for sure can help you to do the same. To thrive and prosper under the sun, one needs a united care of a great idea and a suitable time for its realization. The balmy days for a particular dream make the fulfillment of it speedier. All things and people should be glad to meet this newness that one has to offer and flourish with its gradual achievement. To sense the need in the society and to give vent to the process of implementing the exact concept that results the very requirement is a sure elevation in life that once started in the right time will become unable to repress. When the predictions about some problem that majority of people is facing and looking for the solution is but too well verified, and you have the answer, make sure that nothing is omitted and little is undone in terms of research in the very industry you want to step into. You shouldn't feel the task too difficult of performance. Devote enough time to it so that nothing is forgotten and not a thing is regretted. Great encounters with industry experts diminish many struggles on the way to success. One should not be ignorant of his own mistakes and impulses. Those, when accepted, become easier to repair, especially with the valuable advice and help from well-informed people in your niche. You will flourish in the very zenith of your dream if you learn to humbly listen and let the virtue of another be in watch as you go ahead in life. Competition is healthy only to a particular extent. If the problem that people are facing is solved in too many similar ways, the chance of success is proportionally diminished. Your solution should to all appearances stand out and be unique, better in many ways than whatever others have to offer. Build your brand, make the name stand out and recognizable, get a fresh and bright vision of your idea, talk to people, brainstorm the advertising campaign, think about it as if it is a bird of some rare plumage. Show all her 1,000 playful colors and remarkable qualities. Make it known to every stranger so that people eat and drink and talk about it. One will well advance in life if cooperates with right people on his way. The very intelligence that a few brains united together under one mutual concept can deliver will for sure shine bright enough to light up the sky. In faith, I believe one great person can substitute an excessive monetary capital. So engaging yourself busily in finding worthy business partners is a path for exaltation. Let your dream grasp you with an iron hand. The path to it should be remembered even in old age. A life of persistent and not fleeting pleasure is daily paid for by tenacious movement to the desired. And fear often is a companion to the assurance on this way. Fear that the dream is too big, and assurance that it is for sure reachable. Your cleverness and your soul capital are on the service of it. Make it sensational so people will have a daily renewed appetite for what you have to offer. I was happy to spend that time with you today. Stop by to see me here on my channel, and I welcome you to my website to read my blog so you can always stay tuned.